Today we're talking about a crisis impacting families across Tampa Bay, the opioid epidemic. And Central Florida Behavioral Health Network works behind the scenes to coordinate critical mental health and substance use services in our community. We thank our guests for that. Joining us are President and CEO Alan Davidson, along with Roaya Tyson from Ibis Healthcare. Thanks for being here today.
No, thanks for having us.
Alan, I'm going to start with you. And just for those who aren't familiar, talk about what a managing entity does.
Sure. So we're a managing entity. We're one of 7 in the state. We're the largest in population, the second largest in landmass. So think of us like an insurance company for the uninsured. So we don't do services, but we're the funder. And for people that don't have insurance, they can come and get behavioral health services at organizations like Ibis Healthcare. And so, but we fund from Pasco County down to Collier, over into Hendry and Glades and up into Polk, Highlands and Hardy. So quite a big kind of swath of land there. And we fund services from crisis care, outpatient, case management, care coordination. And one of the providers that we serve or fund is Ibis and their CEO, Roaya Tyson.
Roaya, we want to get into exactly what Ibis does, but before we do, can we talk about the opioid epidemic, where we are? I feel like I've heard less cases of maybe overdose recently, but where are we at now? And what's sort of something that surprises you about the evolution of it?
The data is suggesting that our opioid overdoses have decreased. Unfortunately, the Tampa Bay region is still about 10% higher than the rest of the state, as well as in utero exposure. That's about 60% higher than the rest of the state. So we are seeing a downward trend. We just haven't gotten to where we want to be yet. And I think the most surprising, at least think for me, and you can weigh in on this, is the speed with which we went from a pill, a prescription pill, to a synthetic opioid that's about 100% stronger than a heroin. And so the speed and the lethality from A to B was really quite surprising.
Oh, that's so scary.
Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, and you know, because that's the progression of addiction.
Exactly.
And it just gets from weaker to stronger and even stronger and stronger. So it's great to see organizations like Ibis making an impact on that.
So how does Ibis work? What's your unique approach? And where are you from the start, from the first contact made to you?
Well, Ibis is a culmination of a merger between Grace Point Wellness and Cove Behavioral Health, and one was very strong in mental health and one was strong in addiction. So the merger has provided a full continuum of care. So if someone comes in with an addiction, we can provide primary care to help with those things that were neglected.
They go hand in hand.
Exactly. And we have such a wide range of treatment options so that it's customized for the individual and what they need.
Sure. So you can address the spectrum. Each of them have different spectrums, and you can go both ways. Okay. So what about the recovery side of things? I mean, because it's a process. So you get admitted, or you go in and you start the process, and then how do you get to that point of recovery, and what's post-recovery like?
Well, it really depends on where you are in your addiction and where you are in your recovery. So if you're just beginning, we're going to walk you through the assessment process to see what is the most successful course of action for you and what is it you're willing to do. And then there's going to be someone that's going to walk with you through that process, whether it's an inpatient setting or an outpatient setting or a medication-assisted treatment. And they're also going to be with you for aftercare so that you can maintain that recovery and maintain that sobriety. And I think what's really important is to remove barriers, whether it be transportation barriers, financial barriers. We try to remove all of those things so you can just focus on getting well.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, if someone is struggling right now or a family member is, what do you recommend that they do?
Well, I suggest they call or just stop in. That's the first step. Call, stop in, and we'll tell you what we have, and we'll tell you what we can do to support you. And as I said before, try to remove anything and everything that could be a barrier for you getting well.
This seems like a great partnership, Alan.
Oh, it's super. And what Roy didn't talk about is mobile response team. That if someone's in crisis, they can just call that and get into services that way.
Point.
Absolutely. We've got the information for our viewers too, so they can reach out. There it is. Of course, hopeforsuncoast.org and ibishealthcare.org. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you
For having us.